Real change requires you to change your behavior, not just your attitude. To change your behavior, you need to use a specific procedure to combat a specific problem. That's what a tool is. Reversal of desire. What you are fighting against. The comfort zone. We all have a comfort zone, a place that feels safe and familiar and free of the pain the world brings. We get immediate relief when we avoid something painful. However, we don't just escape the pain, we replace the pain with pleasure. We use addictive activities such as scrolling social media, alcohol, comfort food, and shopping to avoid pain. Living in the comfort zone comes at a significant cost. Life offers numerous possibilities, but embracing them also means facing pain. Living life to the fullest requires being able to tolerate pain and stepping outside the comfort zone. The comfort zone is supposed to keep you safe, but what it really does is keep your life small. To fully embrace life's possibilities, you have to step out of your comfort zone and face the inevitable challenges and pain. However, many people rush back to safety when confronted with discomfort, abandoning their dreams and aspirations. Alas for those that never sing but die with all the music in them. The comfort zone may provide temporary satisfaction, but the ultimate pain will come, the knowledge you've wasted your life. Additionally, people rationalize this weakness by convincing themselves they are being virtuous. By constantly lying to ourselves, we make it difficult to achieve any meaningful change. The tool. Pick a situation you're avoiding. You're most likely avoiding some kind of emotional pain, a phone call, potential rejection, social interaction, or a tedious task. Once you've chosen a situation, imagine the worst pain you can feel. Then, forget the situation and focus on the pain itself. Now, try using the tool. The reversal of desire. Visualize the pain as a cloud in front of you. Scream silently at the cloud, bring it on, and feel the desire for the pain and move into the cloud. Scream silently, "I love pain," as you keep moving forward. Feel the cloud spit you out on the other side. Inwardly declare, "Pain sets me free." You will experience yourself being pushed towards a realm of pure light. How the reversal of desire masters pain. The way you respond to pain determines how it affects you. Approaching it head-on causes the pain to diminish, while avoiding it causes the pain to intensify. When you flee from pain, it chases you, but when you confront it, it scatters away. Desire is vital in this tool as it propels you towards and through pain. It's not about seeking pain for masochistic reasons. Instead, it's about desiring pain to overcome and shrink it. You can now move through pain into a world of endless possibilities. The higher force, forward motion. People who reject settling for limited lives can withstand significant pain. They face rejection, failure, embarrassment, and anxiety head-on, shortening their impact. They are also willing to endure the small but necessary discomforts of personal discipline, like exercise and healthy habits. Their strong sense of purpose provides the strength to endure pain. Despite the present discomfort, their actions will lead to achieving their future desires. In contrast, those who avoid pain seek instant gratification and avoid taking responsibility for their future. A genuine sense of purpose comes from taking action towards your desired future, activating a powerful force known as the force of forward motion. It's more powerful than your desire to avoid pain. In forward motion, your life becomes like a radiant star, expanding outward. When you're hiding in the comfort zone, life becomes a black hole, collapsing into itself. Cues to use the tool. Right before you're about to do something you want to avoid, when you have to do an unpleasant task you keep thinking about rather than taking action. Overthinking only increases your avoidance towards the task. Active love. What you are fighting against. The maze. The maze is a state you get into when someone enrages you and you can't stop thinking about it, and you become trapped in your hurt and anger, unable to move on. It doesn't matter how calm and rational you are. The right stimulus can lead anyone into this state. The person who wronged you becomes an obsession. You curse them, you argue with them, you plot revenge. These repetitive thoughts push you deeper into the maze, making it harder to escape. Being in the maze damages yourself. Life will pass you by as you are trapped in the maze. Most wrongs committed by others do not cause lasting damage, and if you can let go of the initial hurt, you can move on with your life. But if you keep obsessing about the past, you are turning your back on your own future. Fairness. Why is it so hard to get out of the maze? We become trapped due to our childish belief that people will treat us fairly. However, the world gives us evidence daily that this isn't true, but we still cling on to our childish view. When someone wrongs us, we refuse to move on until the injustice is corrected, leading to fantasies of revenge or restitution. Often, we are unaware of this expectation, but it's there in the background. All it takes is some injustice to trigger us to enter the maze, unable to break free. The tool, active love. Imagine being surrounded by a warm and loving liquid light. Let your heart expand to merge with this love, and then bring your heart back to normal size, concentrating this energy within your chest. Direct your focus on the person who triggered your anger. Even if they are not physically present, visualize their presence. Send all the love from your heart directly to them, holding nothing back, like exhaling deeply. As the love leaves your chest, watch it enter the other person at the solar plexus and feel the connection deeply. This will give you a sense of oneness with them. Now relax and feel the loving light surround you again. It returns all the energy you shared. You'll feel filled with peace. You can also use active love when you don't know who the other person is. For example, when someone cuts you off on the freeway and you can't identify who they are. You don't need to know who you are angry at. You are using the tool for yourself. Now every time you feel wronged, you have a choice. You can do nothing and enter the maze where you're trapped in the past, or you can use active love and move on with your life. No one will be able to put your life on hold. The higher force, outflow. To escape the maze, you need a form of love that is separate from your immediate reactions. Outflow is like sunlight, radiating equally on everything and everyone, lifting you above petty emotions. With outflow, you no longer need a remedy from the offending person because you are rewarded with outflow. It has allowed you to move forward with your life. Using outflow doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment or being passive in the face of wrongdoing. It changes your inner state, but you can still respond externally how you see fit. In the maze, you still need something from the person who wronged you, giving them power over you. In outflow, you reclaim your power and are no longer intimidated by anyone. Cues to use the tool. Use active love the moment someone does something to anger you. The moment you feel anger, keep using active love until you regain your perspective and move on. Use it when you find yourself reliving a personal injustice, whether it was recent or in the past. Use it to prepare yourself to confront a difficult person. Don't waste your time worrying about the interaction, as it's just another version of the maze. Once out of the maze, you'll actually be able to deal with them more confidently. Using active love will allow you to live with less hurt, resentment, and anger. Inner authority, what you are fighting against. Insecurity. Deep within us lies our insecurity. Known as the shadow, it embodies all our negative traits, and we fear others discovering it. As a result, we spend a lot of effort hiding it, preventing us from being our authentic selves. This insecurity can lead to moments of freezing, when you want to make a good impression, but your brain and body betray you. Freezing can happen in front of individuals or groups. Audience here just means someone whose opinion of you is important at any given moment. The price of insecurity. Insecurity makes it hard for people to connect with each other. Over time, it can make you seem stiff and uninteresting. Insecure people worry about what others think of them, and because of that, they withhold or give very little of themselves in interactions with others. This can make them feel even lonelier. Connecting with others is important, not just for making friends, but also for finding opportunities in life. While talent and hard work are important, opportunities often arise through personal connections. In reality, people are more inclined to offer opportunities to those they feel a strong connection with. The shadow. Deep inside each of us, there is a second self we're ashamed of. It's called the shadow. The shadow represents everything we're afraid of being, and it follows us everywhere. The shadow actually affects how we see ourselves. We all want to feel like we're important and valuable as individuals, but when we look inside ourselves, we see the shadow and feel ashamed about it. Consequently, we seek external validation and approval from others to affirm our self-worth. But here's the thing. No amount of external validation will eliminate your shadow. When we keep looking for other people's approval, it's like giving them power over us. They get to decide how valuable we are, so it's not surprising that we freeze when we're around them. The person here is ashamed of their shadow and does everything possible to keep it hidden inside. The audience figures are big because the person experiences them as having power to define their value. Since the person is hiding their shadow, the external force causes them to freeze. The tool, inner authority. Imagine yourself in front of an audience of one or many. Visualize your shadow beside you, facing you. Ignore your audience and direct all your attention to your shadow. Feel an unbreakable bond form between you and your shadow as you become a fearless unit. As one, you and your shadow forcefully turn towards the audience and command them to listen. Feel the authority that comes from you when you and your shadow speak with a unified voice. The person has brought their shadow out of hiding and has bonded with it. Speaking with one voice, they evoke the force of self-expression. This higher force gives the person inner authority. The audience is now small and below the person as they're no longer a threat. The higher force, self-expression. The force of self-expression pushes us to be truthful and genuine without worrying about how others will react. When connected to this force, we speak with unusual intensity and clarity, expressing a part of ourselves that is usually silent. The power works even without words, for example, when athletes are in the zone. As we grow up, we shift our focus from our inner selves to the outside world, seeking approval from others. We hide parts of ourselves that might not be accepted, using our inner self as a dumping ground for our undesirable qualities. Our inner self becomes buried under our worst qualities. However, the shadow is not the worst part of us, it is the doorway to our inner self. Only when we open this doorway can we express ourselves genuinely. Cues for using the tool. Use inner authority whenever you feel performance anxiety. Use the tool right before the event and during it. Use it when you're anticipating the event and worrying about it. Grateful flow. What you are fighting against. The black cloud. We like to think we react to the world as it is, but we really react to a world that exists in our own mind. The inner world distorts our ability to see reality. When we constantly worry, a negative energy known as the black cloud surrounds us. The repetition of negative thoughts blots out positivity, convincing us that only negativity is real. The sun above the clouds symbolizes all that is right in the world. However, the black cloud prevents the person from experiencing this positivity. The heaviness of the black cloud leaves them trapped in a dark world of their own thoughts. For those crushed by the black cloud, there is no peace of mind. The price of negativity. Without a sense of peace, everything becomes a crisis. With all your energy focused on survival, enjoying life is a luxury you can't afford. In the black cloud, you can't trust anyone to help you with your problems because no one takes them as seriously as you do. As a result, you feel overwhelmed and alone. The tool, the grateful flow. Find things in your life that you are grateful for, especially things you normally take for granted. Silently and slowly say them to yourself to feel their value. Repeat this until you have mentioned 5 things. Feel the gratefulness flowing upward from your heart. After you've mentioned your specific items, let your heart continue generating gratefulness, now without words. This energy is the grateful flow. Feel your chest soften and open as grateful flow emanates from your heart. In this state, you'll feel connected to an overwhelming presence, filled with the power of infinite giving. The tool creates a sense of gratefulness that's so powerful it penetrates the black cloud. Make sure to name different things you're grateful for each time you use the tool. This helps keep you deeply connected to the source. Stick to things you are truly grateful for, not just things you should be grateful for. The higher force, gratefulness. When you recognize all that you're given, you feel connected to the source. Then, you aren't so alone and your need to worry diminishes. Cues to use the tool. At the first sign of negative thinking, use the grateful flow. Don't let the negative thinking get stronger. Anytime your mind is undirected, for example, when you're on hold during a phone call, stuck in traffic, or waiting in line. Use it daily. Turn specific times in your day into a cue, such as waking up, going to sleep, or meal times. Use the grateful flow frequently so it makes you the master of your own mind, the only thing a human being can really control. Jeopardy. What you are fighting against. Do you believe in magic? Deep inside, we all wish for a magical something that will set us free from the struggles of life. This magical something could be a relationship, money, recognition, possession, or something else. Take a moment to identify what this magical something is for you. This illusion causes you to quit. The reality is that humans will always be a work in progress. There is no magic pill that can free you from your struggles. The tool. Taking action right now requires a sense of urgency, which can be uncomfortable. We usually feel urgency when we're in danger of losing something important like a job, relationship, or physical safety. This urgency triggers a burst of energy. By consistently using the tools, you unlock limitless potential for your future. However, if you stop using them, this potential is lost, putting your future in jeopardy. Everyone has their own version of a destroyed future. To prevent yourself from giving up, you'll need a way to stay aware of how much is at stake. Jeopardy. Imagine yourself in the future, lying on your deathbed. Your future self knows how important the present moment is because they've run out of them. They scream at you not to waste the precious present moment. This creates in you an urgent pressure to use the tools to live your fullest life. Many of us live with the fear that we are wasting our lives. We tend to distract ourselves from this fear with consumerism, but using this tool breaks through our denial and creates urgency. The higher force, willpower. You can't overcome the tendency to quit by thinking about it. You need the higher force of willpower. It's a higher force you must create yourself. Darkness can be a gift. It can push us to discover our own inner spark. Cues to use the tool. When you need to use a tool but you can't get yourself to use one. When you feel you've grown beyond the need for tools, don't mistake success with being free from further struggle. Whenever you lose the will to go on in other areas of your life that are important to you, for example, diets, exercise programs, relationships, etc. The 5 tools offer powerful techniques for overcoming self-sabotaging behaviors. Applying these tools will help you break free from limiting patterns, create meaningful change, and live a more fulfilling life.